Hello guys, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In today's class, we are going to discuss about some uncertainty while measuring some physical quantities. So, as we have understood in the previous videos, there are 7 physical quantities which we have discussed. So, in those physical quantities, we have some atoms, moles, and we have meters, distance which can be calculated, temperature, and the mass, etc. So now, whenever you have a mathematical calculation, there will be some uncertainty. Like for example, let us say we have given you a problem in your 10th grade or 10th grade. You would have experimented or you can experience some problems where your question says you have to calculate some values. You get an answer of 5.2373 and your friend gets around 5.2375 and the other one gets 6.7323. So this values which is almost similar to one another, almost same, exactly same to almost not exactly same. Now let us say we can take 5.7. So these values which look almost similar to one another in this units, this position, but not after the decimals. So this kind of situations is called the uncertainty in the measurement of some values. So when you have to calculate some values or you have to find out some values of some terms, you get some uncertainty with respect to its problem's answers. So that type of uncertainty is nothing but what we are going to discuss in this video. So there are certain uncertainties such as if you have to discuss about some chemical data. So a person in chemistry has to be knowing values up to such as 6.0, values such as 6022 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, till 80. So a person has to know a large value up to this and a very small value of 0.00000. So up to these values. So in chemistry, what you have to observe over here is a person has to know a very large value up to 6022 followed by several zeros and a very smaller value that is 0.000000 something like that till some 166. So these situations may get complicated when you have to multiply these two. If you are asked to multiply these two terms, then the situation gets complicated and you have to solve for a long period of time, let us say about an hour or two. So even though after that amount of wasting you won't get a proper answer. So that kind of a situation where our uncertainty comes into play. What we do is, instead of doing all these steps, we give a scientific notation in order to make our problems or calculations a bit easier. So now in this case, if you observe over here, instead of writing all these values, what I can write them as is 6.022 into 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 15, 18, 22. 6.022 into 10 to the power 22. I can write this as 1.66 into 1.6 to 10 power minus 24. So in this type. So if you have to simplify your given value of term, so you can denote it with this kind of situations. What is this is? This we say it as scientific notations of exponential. So in this, what we are going to do is, we are going to write down the given value in a simpler form, such as like n into 10 to the power n, where capital N is the number of digits present, number of digits or the value of digit given, and 10 power n is the value, the number of digits which is extended to the last unit value. So if you write unit, tens, hundreds, etc. So small n will be the number of extended value of the last digit till that number, and the capital N will be the number of value of the given digit. So in this case, our n is 6.022 and small n is 22. Okay. Now if we have to operate any mathematical function such as addition, multiplication, subtraction or division, it would be easier for us to simplify these two terms instead of multiplying these two or dividing these two, right? So let us say we have to operate some mathematical functions on a given exponential factors. So how we can do that? How can we going to do that? So let us take an example. We'll start with the simpler one and then we'll go for the complicated ones. So first, let us say we are going to operate a multiplication and division function on exponential factors. So for a multiplication or division, let us take a term 5.25 into 10 to the power minus 23 and 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. So let us take these two terms, take these two values, and now we are going to operate addition, multiplication, subtraction and division on this. So first we'll start with multiplication. So how to do multiplication operator, how to operate multiplication on an exponential value. So in order to operate a multiplication, first you need to observe these two. Okay, so first what you have to do is, if you write it down like this, let us say let the value be a, so that is equals to 5.25 into 10 to the power minus 23 multiplied by 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, we are going to take the values of the exponentials. So values of the complete term, that is 5.25 and 6.25, that is the n values, capital N's of the given terms. These are the capital N's, these are the small n's, right? So we are going to take that value of first. So that is 5.25 into 6.25, 5.25 into 6.25, and we are going to take the exponentials in the later terms, that is 10 power minus 23 into 10 power 18. Okay, so let us say we get some values of 5.25 into 6.25, so that value being 32.8125. Now for the exponential factor, if you have any doubt clearly about this, you can watch my video about the multiplications of exponential rules and logarithm rules, which I have uploaded already. I'll put that link in the description, and I'll suggest on this. You can take that, click on that video, on that link, and you can watch that video. Now going to in simple terms, if you have an exponential with the same base, you have 10 and the 10 as the same base, what you're going to do is, if you have to multiply these two, it is nothing but you are going to add the powers. You are going to just add the powers, keeping the base 10 as common. So now we are going to take it as 10 to the power minus 23 plus 18. So we are going to add minus 23 and 18 on the powers, taking 10 as its common base. We have the common base 10. Okay, so now what going to happen is 32.8125 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 23 plus 18 will be minus 5. So the value of multiplication operated between 5.25 into 10 to the power minus 23 and 6.25 to 10 to the power 18 will be 32.8125 into 10 power minus 5. Similarly, if you have division, so instead of taking multiplication, if you take division of these two terms, so what are we going to get, and how are we going to do is, in case of division, let us say we are going to divide this term by this. So that is 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 divided by 5.25 into 10 to the power minus 23. In this case, I am not considering this as a bigger value or this as a smaller value. I am just observing here is for completion. Instead of taking this divided by this, I am just shifting those values in a reverse order. So once you divide these two, how we are going to get this is, if you know your primary mathematics, if you have a term such as like 1 by a, you can write it as a to the power minus 1, right? If you have term as 1 by a, we can write that as a to the power minus 1. Okay, we can write the term as a to the power minus 1. So now, keeping the 6.25 divided by 5.25 as it is, 6.25 divided by 5.25 as it is, we can do that in a calculator. For the exponentials now, Now what you have to do is, we need to multiply a to the power minus 1. That a is nothing but 10 to the power minus 23 whole to the power minus 21. That is, a here is 10 to the power minus 23 and a to the power minus 1 will be 10 power minus 23 whole to the power minus 1. So this minus and this minus get cancelled on multiplying. So that gives us a power minus 1 is equal to 10 power 23. So writing that value over there with along with this 10 power 18, 10 power 18 into 10 power 23. Okay, once this is done, we get the value of 6.25 into divided by 5.25, 1.95. Oh, sorry, 1.195 into. So now here we have the same multiplication order of exponential. So we are going to add these two. 10 to the power 18 plus 23. That gives us 1.195 into 10 to the power 30, 10 to the power 41. So this is about the value of division of 6.25 into 10 power 18 divided by 5.25 into 10 power minus 23. Okay, so this is how we do an exponential division mathematical operation. So next we are going to discuss about the addition operation. So how we are going to add these two. So instead of taking these terms, this is where will be a quite big one to solve. We are going to solve a simpler one in order to take its addition or subtraction. Let us take an example of 9.8 into 10 to the power minus 2 and 772 into 10 to the power minus 4. So now we are going to relate these two, 9.8 into 10 power minus 2 and 772 into 10 power minus 4. First we are going to add these two terms for the addition operator. To add two values with exponential, what we have to do first thing is, we need to take these two powers in the similar order. We need to take these two powers of exact number. The exponential should be same along with the bases. In order to solve a mathematical operation of addition or subtraction on a given multiples of exponential values, what you have to do, the first thing is, we need to make sure these two values are same. If they are not same, we need to convert one in the other's form. We need to convert one to the other form of exponential. So if you write 9.8 into 10 power minus 2, 9.8 into 10 power minus 2 and 772 into 10 power minus 4, 772 into 10 power minus 4, we can write 772 as 772.0, right? We can write 772 as 772.0. So in this case, what you are going to do is, for reducing this value or increasing this minus 4 to minus 2, we are going to move these decimal values to 2 digits left. If you move the decimals from 2 digits left, that will be equal to 7.72 into 10 power minus 2. Okay, that is nothing but we are multiplying this value by 10 power 2. We are multiplying this value by 10 power 2. So once we multiply that value by 10 power 2, we get 7.72 to 10 power minus 2. So for that, we are going to move this decimal to the 2 decimals left. 7.72 gives 10 power minus 2 value. Okay. Once this is done, so now we have 10 power minus 2 and 10 power minus 2 on both the terms. Now we can add these two, 9.8 into 10 power minus 2 plus of 7.72 into 10 power minus 2. So if you observe these two terms, we have 10 power minus 2 as common. Take that as common, 10 power minus 2 as common. We left with 9.87 plus 7.72. That gives us 11, 9, 8 plus 7, 15, and carry 10 and 17. 17.59 into 10 power minus 2 will be our answer. So this will be our answer. In case of subtraction, what you can do is, instead of taking plus, you need to just take negative sign. That is a subtraction of minus sign. For subtraction, the similar way we need to make sure these two terms have same exponentials, and instead of plus we'll do minus. That's it. So that will be about the using mathematical operations on exponential scientific notations. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Next we are going to discuss about significant factors. Next we are going to discuss about significant figures. The two terms which going to explain the significant figures are accuracy and precision. The two terms are accuracy and precision. So what is this accuracy and precision? So accuracy is something, let us say, we can get it with an example. Let us say you have given an experiment, you are solving that experiment to get some certain values. Let the teacher gets the value for about 2.3 kilograms of mass. So you are asked to measure a certain mass of a substance. You and your friend have given certain values, and they have allowed you to take 3 trials for each values. And the teacher said that you must get approximately around 2.3 kilograms. You are supposed to get 2.3 kilograms. Let us say you are a student A. And your friend B. On the first trial, if you consider those as the trials small a, small b and small c, in the first trial you are going to get it about 1.97 kilograms, and in the second trial you get 1.95 kilogram, and in the third trial you get 1.99 kilogram. Okay, and your friend, he gets about 2.2 kilograms, 2.3 kilograms, and again in the third trial he gets 2.4 kilograms. Usually we won't get higher value, but let us say we are going to consider this. So if a student get a value which is around like this, 1.97, 1.95, 1.99, it is said to be precision. It is said to be a precise value. He is getting some approximate value which is almost similar. Okay, he is getting values almost similar. If you observe over here, 1.9, 1.9, 1.9. Right? So this is a precise value. In case of your friend, he is getting 2.2, 2.3 and 2.4, which is not precise, but it is accurate when compared to the value of teacher. Right? So it is almost accurate. So if you take the average of these two, 2.2 plus 2.3 plus 2.4 whole divided by 3, you get around 2.3. So this is nothing but the average value got by your teacher. So the values which are almost similar are said to be precise, and this is called precision. This is called precision, and that of your friends whose almost value is similar to your teacher, that value is said accurate. That value is said accurate. If there is one more student or one more friend, if he gets, like let us say 2.31, 2.30, 2.33, sorry, let us say 2.29. If he gets this certain types of value, then this student is said to be precise and accurate. Okay, so in order to explain a significant figures in values measurement, what you are going to take is the two terms are accuracy and precision, where accuracy means the values has to be exactly same, whereas in the precision means it has to be same but it will not be equal to the exact value. And the other case where you have both accuracy and precision. Okay, so this is about accuracy and precision, and these two hold a very good important role while measuring some units or while doing some calculations in lab. Okay, so this is all about today, about the uncertainty of measurement and the use of scientific notations and respective terms of how to operate a mathematical operation of addition, multiplication, subtraction and division on our given terms. So if you understood this video, please to subscribe my channel and share this channel among your friends so that they can use of these videos. If you get subscribed to my channel, you will get updates regarding the new videos which I am going to upload every day. And thank you for watching.